Today we're going to talk about the double angle formulas, and you see them written on the top of your notes. One of the things that I want to change is that for the tangent of 2 theta, instead of using the formula that they gave you, I am going to use cosine of 2 theta divided by cosine of 2 theta. So tangent 2 theta equals sine 2 theta divided by cosine 2 theta, because tangent's equal to the sine over the cosine. So in problem number 1, they said that the sine of theta is equal to 3/4, and we're in quadrant number 1. And so when they ask us to do the sine of 2 theta, the formula that we have is 2 times the sine of theta times the cosine of theta. And we know what the sine of theta is, but I don't know what the cosine of theta is. So I'm going to draw my picture where the opposite is equal to 3 and the hypotenuse is equal to 4. So when I do the Pythagorean theorem, I got a squared plus 3 squared is equal to 4 squared. So a squared plus 9 is equal to 16. A squared is equal to 7 when I subtract 9 from both sides. And so I got the square root of 7. So I got 2 times the sine of theta, which is 3/4, times the cosine of theta, which turns out to be the square root of 7/4. And so my answer turns out to be 6 square roots of 7, because we do 2 times 3 times the square root of 7. And then I multiply 4 times 4 over here, which is 16, which means I got 3 square roots of 7 over 8 when I reduce it. For the cosine of 2 theta, we're given 3 different formulas. I'm going to use 1 minus 2 sine squared theta, because at the beginning of this problem we were given that sine was equal to 3/4. So if I made a mistake in part A, I can still get part B right, because I can just do 1 minus 2 times 3/4 squared. Now this I'm just going to put in my calculator since there's no square roots, and I'm going to get my answer as a fraction. And that gives me an answer of -1/8. So the tangent of 2 theta is equal to 3 square roots of 7 over 8 divided by -1/8. These two 8's can cancel, and so I got 3 square root of 7 over -1, which is equal to -3 square root of 7. And so here was my answer for A, here was my answer for B, and here was my answer for C. When I get to letter D, where it says the sine of 4 theta, that's going to equal 2 sine of 2 theta, because 4 theta divided by 2 is 2 theta, times the cosine of 2 theta. So this is 2 times, the other one's off my screen, so I'm going to write down -1/8 here, 3 square root of 7 over 8. So on the top, when I multiply the numerators, we got -6 square roots of 7 over, when I multiply 8 times 8, we get 64, which turns out to be -3 square roots of 7 over 32. Now I would suggest watching the other video to see the other two circumstances after you're finished with this one.